Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudi and thank you so much for being here. It's kind of a rainy, cloudy day today and I was gonna do an empties video, but I decided Reed and I are going to the farmer's market later and I just wanted to have a little something on my face, and I have some new stuff that I wanted to test out. I literally just got these new Charlotte Tilbury concealers in the mail 5 seconds ago. So I kind of wanted to play with that. Just try out a few new things here and there while asking some questions that you guys have asked me on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it is at the Rudi Berry, which, funny story, I tried to pay the guy who has at Rudi Berry to get the Instagram handle. And the first time I asked him, like a year and a half ago, he was like,
fine for $100.
And at the time I was like, I don't really know if I'm gonna be doing this forever, so no. So I asked him again recently and I was like, I'll give you $100. And he was like,
It's 1,000 now.
It's 1,000 now. I was like, oh God, this guy's a hustler. So I'm not giving it to him just for the principle of the thing. But anyways, my handle is at the Rudi Berry, and every once in a while I will do Q&As on my Instagram, but I felt like I wanted to do one here because it's been a while and not all of you are Instagram people. So I asked those people to give me some questions in hopes that they will be good, and there are a lot of good ones. So if you are not subscribed to me, I would love for you to subscribe or follow me on TikTok or Instagram. Really, whatever is your favorite platform to be, I will be there, and let's get into it. Okay, first things first, we're gonna try out the Peace Out Instant Pore Perfector with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and mushroom extract. This is supposed to be a primer that is applied on dry skin and gently pressed in, and I do believe it's green, so it should help with a little bit of redness as well. I'm really not into pore perfecting sort of silicone style primers, but I've heard really good things about this one, so we might as well try it. Okay, so off the top, I am seeing a few about how to deal with having bad skin days, how to get through the funk of a bad skin day, how to get through them. And I will say I do have a few videos. That feels kind of nice, by the way, like a little bit cooling, a little bit hydrating. I do have a few videos talking about when I go through my bad skin days, because we all have them. Like, no matter what anyone says, we all have them, and when they're bad, it feels like it's the only thing that you can think about. The only thing that's really helped me is putting the mirror away, putting the phone down, stop taking constant pictures of yourself, because your skin does not change overnight. And I know that's like, you don't want to hear that. I get that. I didn't want to hear it at the time either. But my skin did get better. It took a lot of time to get there, and I wish so badly I could go back and change the way that I was living my life day to day during those times, because I wasted so much time thinking about my skin when there was nothing I could have done that I wasn't already doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're thinking about your skin that much, you're doing all the things that you can't. You're talking to dermatologists, you're doing all the right things that you can do. So you have to stop focusing on it so intently. I know that it seems easier said than done when you get to the other side, but I'm telling you, when you have bad skin, it feels like it's the only thing you can think about. And then when your skin starts to clear up, you don't think about it at all, which isn't fair. You are allowed to live your life just as thoroughly and as beautifully as if you had good skin. And don't forget that, okay? I'll also post my 2 videos of me kind of going through those rough times down below if you feel like you need someone who gets where you're coming from and who can really commiserate with you. Because sometimes you just need to be upset about it, and that's okay too. And speaking of, I got a question asking if there could possibly be a dupe for the Summer Friday skin tint. I'm pretty sure someone asked me that in this question box. And I'm gonna test out I already know that I love the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin foundation serum, but I think they're very, very similar. I'm not gonna wear them on like either side of my face because that would look insane, because they are 2 different colors. But I am gonna use the Neutrogena one today and see if I can tell you that I think it's a dupey dupe. And I think it's probably the closest and the least expensive option that is similar. So the next question being also related to acne. How is no tret going? You seem to glow with or without it, which is so nice. Thank you for that. I have been doing very well skin-wise, and it's so strange because my whole thing with Tret is like, Tret is the whole reason that I have a following. Like, I know that. I know that a lot of the people, well, maybe not anymore, but I know a lot of the people that followed me at the beginning of my journey on YouTube and on social media was because they wanted tips about tretinoin. And I am so grateful for that. However, it really felt disingenuous for me to continue using a medication that simply was not working for me anymore just for my following. And so I went out on a limb by stopping using it because I knew that a lot of people wouldn't be interested in my content anymore, but I'm very lucky that a lot of people are still interested to hear what I like and have similar experiences with products. So basically, if you go back and watch some of my tretinoin videos, every couple months I was dealing with like a rash, like an irritation rash from tretinoin. And I'm pretty sure it was from tret because since I've stopped using tretinoin, I have not had this happen to me. And so I'm pretty sure that's what it was from. It's just a very, very irritating product. It is amazing for people who have severe acne, or if you are looking for a way to help with anti-aging, like people absolutely love it. And for a time I did too. But in the long run, it wasn't worth it for me because my skin had cleared up, but I was still dealing with so much irritation even on the lowest dosage of this product. So I have found ways to deal with my acne that include an over-the-counter retinol or using BHA or things like that, and it's kept my skin in good shape without needing tretinoin. So I would say my skin is looking really great. I also will say that ever since I added Botox into my routine, which it's completely worn off at this point, I have had a really good luck with keeping my acne at bay this summer. So I do have a whole video on my experience with Botox. Like every question you guys could possibly ask, I have answered on that video, so I will leave it down below. Okay, these look like they might be my shade. I'm shocked though. This is medium 6 and medium 5. This is medium 5 and that's medium 6. These are pretty light to be a medium shade, Miss Charlotte. I need to look at the full shade range, but let's go with medium 6. That is crazy to me. This also feels kind of thick. Like I'm looking at it and she thickums, so I'm just gonna use a little bit and go from there. This is supposed to work very well with the Beautiful Skin Foundation, which I love. So that's good to know. And I am in medium 5N in the Beautiful Skin, so I guess that makes sense. Okay, let's take another question that's out of left field. Kids? Question mark, question mark, question mark? You know, a lot of people would probably be offended because of that question, but I am not, because it's like you're putting your life out there. People are gonna wanna know what you want out of it. So I definitely do want kids with Reed. I'm one of those people who had planned out a lot of my life, and growing up, I was like, I'm gonna get married at 25 and have a kid by 30. It's not exactly how it happened, but kind of close. I got engaged at 25, married at 26, and now I'm 29. So according to my TikTok, my click clock, it's time for me to have a kid. But I think if I hadn't have gotten the job that I have now doing this full time, I don't know, I probably would have already had a kid, if I'm being honest, or like would have started trying already. But Rita and I sat down and talked about it, and we are waiting a bit because I'm just really loving this job. I'm loving my career. I'm loving the opportunity to travel. I'm loving the opportunity to do things and meet with brands and do things that I don't think I would have the time to do if I had a kid. So I just don't think I'm ready yet. And honestly, Reed is all for it. He is ready whenever I'm ready, and we're on the same page. So yes, eventually, but I will say, I do not want to be a mommy blogger. I do not want to show my kid, I mean, really extensively. I mean, I'll probably show you my kid every once in a while eventually, but I don't want to be the person who makes a whole YouTube channel about their kid and when they fall down the stairs and when they have their first shit in their diaper. Like, that is not me. If I do decide to continue, which will lead into the next question, with this as my life and this is my job, you're not gonna see my kid and it's not gonna be about my kid. And honestly, as someone who has followed a lot of creators, I like that, like creators who have had kids, because I want to learn about you, and like obviously I like their life and learning about their kid, but mostly I'm here for you. And I would have followed a family channel if I wanted to know about the family. You will still be expecting skincare and makeup content from me. Like, that is not gonna change, simply because I have no interest in putting my kid online, and they probably don't want to be put online. You know what I mean? I'm using the Merit Bronzing Balm. I just did a full review of Merit Beauty, every single product that they make, if you're curious. I'll link that down below. I'm just linking every damn thing down below. So the next question, like leading into that, where I see myself in 5 years, this is the first time in my life that I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Like, my whole life, I've always been like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to college and then I'm gonna get a job and then I'm gonna have a kid and then blah, 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 dot, 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 dot. And now, because I work for myself, there's so much up in the air about what my life could look like. In 5 years, I could have a way bigger following, and Reed and I could be traveling all the time and meeting with beauty brands. I could be creating a collaboration with a brand that I really like. I could be doing YouTube forever. I could decide that once I have a kid, I don't want to do this anymore and I'm gonna go work for a brand and work as like a influencer marketing manager for a brand, since I like know firsthand the business. I could decide that I want to go back to working in the music business. That's still my degree, and go work a 9 to 5. I don't see that happening, because once you work for yourself and you get a taste of the sort of independent life of working for your damn self, I think it would be really hard for me to go back to a 9 to 5. That's another question that was asked. Like, do I ever see myself going back to a 9 to 5? I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5, but if I do, I think it would probably be in the beauty industry and not in the music industry, just because it's something that I've done and I know how stressful it can be. And I don't know. I don't know, and that is a stressful thing for me. I know that I want to have a kid soon. In the next 5 years, I'll probably have a kid with Reed, and I know that I love this job right now. Personally, I see myself still doing this in 5 years, even though I have a kid, and just like doing what I want to do and talking about what I want to talk about, similar to what I'm doing right now. I just have no idea, because I've never had a kid. So I don't want to say to you that I will certainly be forever a YouTuber, because I have no idea. I have no clue. What would you guys want to see from me in 5 years? That's my question. Okay, let's lighten it up a little bit. Favorite movie this summer? I feel like I haven't seen a ton of new movies, except that Reed and I have been watching all of the Marvel movies. So possibly a Marvel movie. Side note, I'm deciding on blush and I have a lot to choose from. I got these dewy tints from ColourPop, or not from ColourPop, from CoverGirl. CoverGirl, when's the last time someone said CoverGirl? I can't find anything about these online. Like, I don't know if they're good or bad, and I kind of don't want to test it out today, because I'm like, do you really want to find out if they're bad when you feel like everything looks good right now? You know what I mean? Like, not really. I also have this option from Makeup by Mario that Kevin bought me in the shade Dusty Earthy Pink, but it's a little cool tone, so I don't really know if I want to go cool tone today with it. I might try this one. But then I also got 2 new shades of the Merit Beauty blushes, because I had mentioned in that last video that I was not finding one that I really liked. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'm gonna go with this Earthy Pink from Mario. I think besides the Marvel movies, which my favorite Marvel character is Iron Man, and right now we just finished, oh my, that is pigment. We just finished Endgame, and we just needed to take a break for a little bit because we were so stressed and everybody's dead. Sorry, spoiler alert. Like, we were like, okay, that was a lot. Let's give it a break for a minute. I did just go see Nope in theaters, and I love Jordan Peele, and I kind of like more mystery, jumpy kind of horror movies like that, like action movies. So I really liked that, and I also enjoyed reading up on it afterwards and like reading all the intentions that he had behind the film, because you could easily interpret that movie as just a horror movie, like a classic American UFO movie, but there are a lot of undertones in that movie, and I really enjoyed like learning about the reasoning behind some of the choices in the film. What other movies have I seen this summer? I saw Elvis this summer. I liked it. I think Austin Butler is amazing. I have an Elvis story. That's for another time, but I have met Priscilla Presley in her home in Los Angeles. Yeah. I'll tell it another time. But I did like Elvis as well. I'm really looking forward to the next Dune movie, and then also I want to see Don't Worry Darling. I don't know if you guys have kept up with all the drama, but it's never-ending drama with that damn movie, and so it's drawing me in. It's making me want to see it. I also love Florence Pugh, so I have to see it. Based on the amount of hullabaloo that's happened around that movie, I gotta see it. And like relating to drama and stuff, another question I got was conspiracy theories that I deep dive on. And honestly, I feel like pretty much anything. I love true crime, and I love like the Mandela effect and like all of that stuff. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows while I talk about this, because that's boring and who cares. I'm using the NYX eyebrow pencil in Auburn and the Kosas brow gel also in Auburn, which by the way, one of the questions is, when am I gonna go full redhead? I am full redhead. I mean, I guess I'm not. I don't know. I'm getting comments that are like, you're in between red and brown. It's so pretty. And it is so pretty. And I probably won't go any lighter than this. Maybe like a little bit lighter than this. But really, it's just going to be like toning it to be copper every time I go into my salon. But this is probably as red as it will get, I will say. I might dye my eyebrows though, because the constant having to fill them in is getting old. Okay, conspiracy theories. I don't even know, I wouldn't say conspiracy theories, but like I do keep up with a lot of people who are missing. I keep up with the Mandela effect. If you ask Reed, like 99% of the time when I'm walking around the house, I'm listening to a true crime podcast or a YouTube channel. So like, I really love Stephanie Harlow on YouTube. She's like my favorite true crime person because her videos are so in-depth and she does so much work on them. I also love their podcast together, Crime Weekly, and I love My Favorite Murder. I've actually gone on tour with them when I used to work in the touring business. The nicest women ever. So now I just have a soft spot for them. But I guess like conspiracy, I don't really know. What do you think? I mean, I believe in aliens. I don't know. I like to keep an open mind about everything because we really don't know a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It seems silly to be closed-minded because what the heck do we know? We're on a floating rock, you feel me? Okay, favorite bougie skincare product you keep buying. Ugh, let me think about that. Bougie skincare product I keep buying. I can tell you probably the Dew Instant Angel Moisturizer. That is not cheap, okay? It's like 30 to 50 bucks. It's a damn moisturizer and I will repurchase it forever. I love it. I think it is 100% worth the money. I'm trying to think of other like bougie skincare products that I have. I don't know. I will spend a lot of money on what seems like the simplest things, like hydrating serums and moisturizers that are really good for sensitive skin. Honestly, they're just usually more expensive, which is annoying. Let me think. Oh my gosh, I had a question that is products you liked but didn't repurchase. Tons. Like everything I own, because I try something new almost every single day. I'm not even kidding. If you looked at this side of my desk over here, I try something new almost every single day. So it's hard for me to repurchase anything. Like, why would I repurchase something when there's something new, especially in my line of work when I know that you guys want to know like the new and the next and the best. And a part of my job is not just like figuring out what's new and next and best. Also, I'm using the Age Perfect mascara from L'Oreal. Apparently, someone saw this at a drugstore. The waterproof version, which is the tubing version. If you haven't tried it, you absolutely should. It's not just me trying new stuff for the sake of trying new stuff. It's also because I want to find the best things and the best things for your money. So like with the Summer Friday skin tint, if I hadn't tried that, I wouldn't know that it is possibly the best skin tint I've ever tried. Even though it's new and exciting, if I had skipped it, that would be a recommendation that I wouldn't have been able to give. And I've already gotten like 5 comments of people saying they've tried it from my recommendation and that they love it. So things like that to me are 100% worth trying. But there are definitely very few products that I repurchase. I always repurchase the Kosas Air Brow. I know we're getting off topic because you asked about what I don't repurchase. I always repurchase, this is my second mini of the Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's my favorite highlighter. This is like my second or third Merit mascara. So when things are good, they're good. And you know, those products like eyebrow gels, eye pencils, and lip pencils and mascaras, those are the things I repurchase. But when it comes to larger products, I don't really have a need to repurchase them. You know what I mean? This is an interesting question. How do you minimize your waste being an influencer? Love you and your channel. Love you. Love you! I'm going to use Forever Walnut from Makeup Forever, which I just got recently. I'll probably talk about this in a haul, and then I'll come back and answer that. Before I start this, the last thing that I want is for you to think that I'm complaining about getting free things, okay? I talk about it with my husband all the time because he complains about me getting free things because I have so many boxes. And I am extremely grateful for that, and I am very happy to get what I get, but it is an unexpected situation in being a content creator because a lot of the time these brands will get my address from someone else or from Ulta as a whole or from a list or something, and I won't even know half the time what I'm getting. So once a brand gets your address, you may get 1 package, you may get 50 packages in a year. Like, you just don't know when things are gonna come. So the waste thing, I hear you, I see you, it's a huge freaking problem. So what I decided to do recently, beyond giving my friends, family, anyone I know in my neighborhood, I literally do like little drop-offs around my neighborhood of makeup and skincare. Besides doing that, if there is something that I don't wanna use, what I've been doing is recently packing up gifts and taking them to followers' houses in Nashville. I'm trying to decide what lip I want to use because I have some of these Well People Lip Nurture Hydrating Balms and they're kind of weird. Like, they're really thick, but I also have the new In Beauty lip glaze that is a mystery scent and flavor, which, spoiler alert, it's strawberry. So I kind of want to use that because we're going kind of like light and airy with this look today. So let's use this. So I just did that the other day and posted about it on my Instagram. If you want to see, I did a little, probably dropped off 20 boxes around town, and it was just really fun and a great way to give back to the community that has given me so much by giving them just a few little makeup items, a couple boxes each person. So that's one way I try and help with waste, but also I break down every single box that I get and recycle. We have a recycling center by our house, so we always drive our extra large boxes over there. However, I hear you, and it is overwhelming and it is ridiculous. Like, absolutely not going to lie to you about that. And speaking of the industry, the next question is, how often do you turn down brands who want to work with you? Every day. I turn down brands every single day. A lot of the times my rule is kind of like, if I haven't already tried the brand or the product or talked about it with you guys, I really won't accept it until I've been able to try a product. So like, I will not just randomly do an advertisement for a company or a product you guys have never seen me talk about. Like, it would make no sense for me if I was like, have you guys tried this Huda Beauty? Like, Huda Beauty is the best brand ever if I've never used their products on camera. And that's just an example. So that is a huge one for me. And if a brand doesn't let me have at least 2 weeks to test something, I say no, even if it's a great brand that I really, really love. If a brand that is so random emails me in the middle of the night, like anywhere between 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., it's usually like a fake brand email, so I don't I don't answer those. But yeah, like at the end of the day, I try to only work with brands that really value my opinion and value my community, because my community is so strong. Like, you guys are the reason that I do anything and that I get to do anything, because people know that we have a trusting relationship. So the very last thing that I'm gonna do is break your trust by taking a bunch of brand opportunities that make no sense for you or for me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. Okay, I'm looking through, and I feel like I got through a lot of the good ones. There were some questions grouped together about my favorite perfumes and just like general skincare recommendations, but I feel like we can cover those in other videos for sure. I definitely want to do a perfume video. I just find that they're hard to do, because how can I get you to smell the smell through the screen? You know what I mean? Like, at least in my opinion, when I watch perfume videos and they're like, this has notes of cranberry, I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand. But if you do want a perfume video, let me know down below, based on like what I typically like, which I've talked about before, more like clean scents, more like, you know, cherry vibes. I don't know. I'm not a perfumist. The other video that people wanted to, or asked me a lot of questions about, are how I do my at-home gel manicures. So this is my current set. That is the Hailey Bieber Chrome Nail. I just did these yesterday at home. If you actually want a breakdown video of me doing it with you step by step, let me know, because we can do that. I just use other people's videos to do it myself, so it seems silly for me to do it when I could just send you guys videos of other people doing it. But if you really do want to know, goodness gracious, if you really do want to know and you want me to be the one to tell you, let me know. Okay, this is the finished look. I feel like I didn't get to really say what I think about a lot of these things. I would definitely say the Neutrogena is a close second to the Summer Fridays, and also the fact that neither of them have SPF. Like, these are pretty similar. I would give these 2 a go for sure. This concealer is really, really pretty. I did not think it was gonna blend out as pretty as it did. This is really, really nice. I haven't really taken the time to look at it in depth because I've been talking this whole time, but I will. Let me know if you want more information on that, because I'm really impressed. I already knew I was gonna like this blush from Mario, so I need to try more. I really wanna try the bronzer stick, but it is literally always out of stock. And a bunch of people asked me what my lip color was the other day, and it was this. So if you want like a nice nudie sort of fuchsia but not so bright pink lip oil, try this. So my next video was going to be a full face of Glossier talking about the best and worst from the brand, because they're going to be available at Sephora, but I just found out they're not going to be available at Sephora until 2023. So let me know if you want that video now, or if you want to wait until we're closer to the release date at Sephora. I'm happy to do it either way. Definitely want to talk about some new makeup and skincare coming out. I pretty much have a whole bucket of empties to go through, even though I just did that not that long ago, so we'll probably talk about that. And I just am feeling like a resurgent love for YouTube right now, so I'm definitely going to be here more often and trying to be more present on my YouTube channel. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for all the questions. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video really soon. Bye!